In this video, I want to show you how to do programmatic creative testing at scale. But first, let's figure out what it is exactly. See, an ad, it's not only a piece of written copy or a nice picture. You can segment an ad into different predefined parameters. You can have the unique selling proposition you want this specific ad to push. You can have the marketing angle related to this specific unique selling proposition that you want the ad to push. You can have a specific messaging framework you want to use in your ad. You can use the awareness of your prospect related to your product, or the sophistication of your market, or even the length of the copy. So as you can see, there are so many different variables that we can use to create an ad. And by an ad, I mean a hook or a longer copy that you can use as a mini VSL or whatever the ad is. You always can segment it into different variables. So now that AI can handle the creative part, if we are able to build a system to feed the right variables to an LLM model, an AI, then the AI can actually output the ads that we want exactly, which allow us to then generate hundreds or thousands of different ads, review them to make sure that they are good, so that's the human touch, and then push them right away into an ad account. So we are able to literally test with a proper structure and test every potential marketing angle and every potential combination that we want. And in this video, I'm going to show you, you can see two screens. Why is because here it's the thinking process behind it. So that's the most important thing in this video, is actually to understand like how to think of programmatic creative testing. And at the same time, I'm going to show you the system that I built for my clients that they are currently using to scale their ad accounts and find winning ads after winning ads. And we will go and we will see the different pieces of the system one after the other. So you will not only see a spreadsheet, but you will see a proper mental framework that you can use. So who is it for? Basically, every company that is running ads on Facebook can use this system, this approach. If you are a business owner, this might completely change the way you think of running your paid acquisition. If you are a marketer, I think you will love it. And if you are not yet at the scale of scaling ads or even running ads, then it is worth keep watching, because what you will learn, the way to think of ads in a logical and structural way, will probably reframe your approach, so you will be a lot better off when you get into it. So if you're new here, my name is Steph France. I am a marketer and independent consultant, and on this channel, I help you to generate more revenue by writing marketing copy that resonates with your customer. And I do it using AI, of course, market research a lot, and system thinking before everything. So let's dive into it. Just for context, the system you are going to see in this video is the exact reproduction of the system I use for my client, but I did it for the brand Jones Road Beauty, which is a D2C brand that a lot of people know, and I used this product as an example. So this way I get to show it to you without having to hide anything. And again, this system works for every type of product, whether it's e-commerce, consumer app, SaaS service, whatever, as long as you can advertise on Facebook. But just for the sake of the example, remember that everything you will see is for Jones Road Beauty, a D2C brand. Okay, so before showing you the actual system, I want to show you the mental framework, so you understand how it works before seeing it. And I think it's the best way, because it's kind of a complex system to explain, and I want it to be as simple as possible, so you grasp the main idea, not the nitty-gritty of how it works. So let's move on first to this mental framework, and then after that I will show you the different pieces. But then every time I will show you a piece, you will know exactly what it means within this framework. So when we talk about programmatic creative testing, first of all, we need to generate the ads. And to generate the ads, what we need is the full context about the product. And to get the full context, we need to give as much information as possible to the AI we are going to use. And for that, we want the AI to understand the brand. So we want a proper brand description. We want the AI to understand the product that we are selling, because it's always product by product, because you can't just advertise a brand, you want to advertise a product, of course. And then we want to give AI the voice of the customer. And this one is probably the most important, because the ads that we are going to create are going to be created with using as much as possible the proper wording that the customers are using, whether it's in the customer reviews or if it's on forums or Reddit, wherever the customer is talking about their pain, we are going to gather all this information and we feed it to AI every time we generate new copy. So that gives us the full context about the product. Then from that, we are using AI or not to generate different unique selling proposition. What are selling proposition? Before you ask, let's read a short description so we are all aligned. So a unique selling proposition, USP, is your product's overall unique position in the marketplace, the fundamental promise that differentiates you from all competitors. It's the big picture identity that establishes what makes your product uniquely valuable and why customers should choose you over alternatives. So this is basically, you don't have many unique selling propositions, like one, two, three, four maximum. It's like the very thing that you that matter to your customer and that differentiate you from your competitors. So once we have all the context, uh, then we can think of what are our USPs. And for each USP, you have different ways to talk about it. That's where we use marketing angles. And as you can see, marketing angles are related to a specific USP. So the overall thing is like you have your product, which you have different unique selling propositions that each have an infinity of marketing angles that we can use to talk about this specific USP. And again, a quick definition of a marketing angle: it's a specific slice or focus of your USP that becomes the hero of one individual ad campaign, while your USP is the strategic foundation that defines your overall unique market position. A marketing angle takes one specific aspect of that USP and makes it the central message for testing purposes. Each angle should be laser focused on a single emotional trigger, customer problem, or benefit, testing one specific way to communicate positioning rather than trying to communicate everything at once. I hope it's clear. Sorry for my reading in English, that is not the best, but I guess you understood. So once we have this, we need to frame the message that we are going to create. And we can use specific framework that we know work. So when we want to push a specific unique selling proposition using a specific angle, then now we can use a specific messaging framework. I will show that a little bit later in the video, and it will become more clear. But let's move on. Then we need to define what type of where is the customer at in their journey of becoming a buyer. So this is the level of awareness, something that was introduced by Eugene Schwartz, which is a very well-known copywriter that wrote Breakthrough Advertising. Like every copywriter out there know about that. But to talk about it quickly, you have a market that is potentially buying your product, and depending on the product, you will have the market will be segmented in different aspects. So, for example, if something is pretty niche, then probably the people that are aware of the solutions and aware of the problem are a lot less than if we talk, for example, like John's Road Beauty. Skincare is very well known, so we have a lot of people that are solution aware, problem aware. If you go from the very beginning, unaware means I don't even know I have the problem. Problem aware, I'm aware I have this problem, but I don't even know if there are solutions. Solution aware is like, okay, I've heard about the solutions, didn't really dig into it yet, but I'm kind of aware that I have a problem and solutions exist. Product aware is someone that already has dug into the finding solutions and know a little bit of the market. Uh, and most aware would be the people that are aware about your specific product. So it's always like a very specific pieces of the market. But when you create, again, when I go back here, we can push a unique selling proposition using a specific marketing angle with whatever messaging framework we want. But we are not going to talk about it the same way if we talk about if we talk to someone that is just aware that they have a problem, or if we talk to someone that is already very far along, very far into the journey of finding a solution for this problem. So this is important to give AI the information about who we are talking to. So with that said, we generate our hooks, because for the sake of this example, we are generating hooks. We generate a bunch of them. We pick the ones we like, and then we generate an image because the best way to test a lot of ads at scale is to use static ads. Video ads, longer ads are more complicated to produce, and static ads work really well. So we use a combination of a hook put on different images that we are going to push to the ad account and let Facebook do its magic, because the way we are going to use to structure the campaign on Facebook ads is by letting the algorithm as much freedom as possible. So Facebook will decide which ads are resonating the most with your customer. So with that approach already, if you can take it away, I'm not saying you should stop the video, right? But just starting thinking about creating ads in that way is already helpful, because the one of the biggest problem of and actually a lot of marketing agencies don't have like a structured way to think of ads. So it's more creative. But again, I'm not a creative person. I like systems, and I like to understand what I'm doing. And if you start thinking of ads in something that is not chaos, it's logical. It's like when you find everything that you see in pink right here, it's like after you've tested so many of them, after you have this, then you find the ones that are actually resonating with your customers. And they already exist. You just have to find them. You just have to find the right message, the right framework to speak to your customer. And then once you have them, then you can, one, scale them as much as you can, and two, you can iterate from it to create better ads. But now let's go back into the system. So it will be a little bit more technical, but now I want to show you how you can actually automate all of that. If you are an established business and you would like to install this system, then I will put a link in the description, probably a quick form that you can just fill out. And so I will not be notified, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So first of all, brand description. We are talking about the context now. Here is the spreadsheet, as you recognized. It's built within Google Sheets, and one spreadsheet can be used for one product basically. And every of these spreadsheets will be connected to a backend which is built within make.com, and it contains a few automations that are not that complicated, but just to show you, and this is not a video about making automations, but those automations are gathering all the data that we put within the spreadsheet. So you can see brand description, product description, it gathers everything together. And And in the end, it creates those huge prompts that we are going to use either with Claude or with ChatGPT and put back into the spreadsheet. So again, the point here is not to show you automations, is that you understand that this framework, this system uh, is built into a spreadsheet, which is extremely simple, but every action that we do is run on the backend through make.com, connected to the different APIs, AIs that we need to make it run. So let's go back to the brand description. Here we need to input the information that the brand that we have about the brand. So if you don't know anything about the brand, for example, if it's not yours but a client's brand, then you can use prompts. So we use predefined prompts to have AI dig into the brand and understand all the specificity of the branding. Then you copy it and paste it into the right section. So the system will take all that information and bring it to the AI on the backend. And I actually think that I showed you a wrong one because that was the product, but it doesn't matter because this is the exact same approach. Then you take the product page and you feed AI with it, which will give you all the information about a specific product. So the AI know what exactly is the product that it's advertising. And then now we have the gold nuggets, and that is the most interesting and important thing. So either the brand, the product already has customer reviews, then we would gather everything, like take a huge piece of copy and pasted text of the reviews, give it to AI with a predefined prompt that will only keep the important quotes. And then we just copy them here the same way we have done for brand and product description. But we also want to understand what people are talking about on the internet. And for that, I'm going to link in the description a video that is all about the voice mining framework. So how to use all the available AI agents to gather every sources on the internet and create this kind of gold nuggets that are basically here you have the context about a specific pain point, and then you have all the different quotes that people have said, things that people have said on the internet about this specific pain point. And it's not obviously related to your product, but this is related to your pain point. So again, link in the description. There is a full video about it, and it shows you how to really go from you have no idea about what to about marketing at all to doing all the research prompt after prompt after prompt using all the AI agents and end up with a master prompt that you can use for your marketing. Market research is only a part of it that you can use it for this specific purpose, but otherwise the video will also show you how to just generate marketing without even using this system. So really encourage you to watch it. Anyway, that was a parenthesis. So now we have here we have the brand description, product description, voice mining. So we have all the context. And now we want to have the unique selling proposition. So here are the unique selling proposition, which have been, if you ask a brand like John's Road Beauty, they obviously know their unique selling proposition. You don't need AI to actually generate it for you. But in case you need it, then you still can ask AI saying, hey, this is my brand description, product description. This is what people say about our products, about their programs. Please generate 1, 2, 3, 5 USPs for this specific product for me. And then you input them in the system. Then here is the first aspect of the system is that we can generate different marketing angles for a specific USP, which means this is where the creativity comes up. At this point, you have, for example, we are talking about this product, right? Miracle Balm. I realized afterward I shouldn't have taken a skincare product because I'm absolutely not an expert in that, but it doesn't matter. This product, Miracle Balm, the one USP could be the only makeup that's literally impossible to overdo. and it describes this specific USP. And now when I generate marketing angles here, so I would show you just for the sake of showing you, I'm just clicking here. When I click here, it triggers a webhook. Technical thing, you don't have to know that, but basically it triggers one of the automations that I showed you on the backend that is now generating the new marketing angles for this specific USP. So there we have them, all the marketing angles that I've generated so far. And as you can see, they're all related to one specific USP. So for the USP we are talking about, the only makeup that's literally impossible to overdo, you can say, you can keep applying and it never looks overdone. Or if you go too strong with other makeups, it softens it back to natural. Or even in bad lighting or with shaky hands, you still can't mess it up. And then it also explains like the specific marketing angle that is specifically talking about this unique selling proposition. I hope I'm not losing you here, but it's a very important concept. It's what I was showing here on the side, unique selling proposition, different marketing angles. So now that we have them, let's see if we have generated them. Not yet already, but it doesn't matter. We don't need them. We arrive at the most important piece of the system is where we are generating the hooks. And as you can see here, on the left, I can pick the unique selling proposition I want. And then I can pick the marketing angle. So let's say this one, even in bad lighting or with shaky hands, you still can't mess it up. And then I have all the messaging frameworks that I was talking about. Those messaging framework, they are on the back end. I'm not showing it to you, but they are like a specific spreadsheet that has hundreds of hooks, performing hooks that are going to be given to the AI at the moment of generating the hooks as examples of what is working in advertising, basically. And for each of them, we have examples. So you basically say, okay, I want, for this one, I want, I don't know, desired future state. And I want to talk about just program-aware people. The sophistication of the market, okay, let me quickly talk about the sophistication of the market. It's another concept that comes from Eugene Schwartz in the book Breakthrough Advertising. But I think one of the cool thing I know I realized about explaining that concept is while I was watching a series quite recently, I think it's 1923, and so it's in the US, few like 100 years ago, and you see the first people coming into the different cities and selling washing machines, laundry machines, and it struck me because they are just showing like, hey, this washes your clothes, and everybody is amazed by that. It's like, what do you mean it's washing my clothes? It doesn't need me to do anything. No, it's just washing your clothes. And at this point, the market was at the first level. You didn't need to say, hey, this has like it takes your clothes and it dedicate clothes and it has all those super programs and it doesn't use too much water and not use too much energy. And no, it was just like, hey, it just washes your clothes. First level of sophistication. Today, for washing machines, we are at the fifth level, which everybody knows about washing machines. So the only way to actually be seen by a customer is by providing something that is different from all the other competitors that this specific customer wants. It kind of slightly differentiates the way we talk. So for example, here it's skincare. It's fourth level, fifth level. Maybe if the product would be like very innovative, then we could say, okay, that's third level. So I don't know. I can't come up with creative stuff, but I think you know what I mean. You don't have to use it, but it's also a way to kind of change it slightly, the message that you are using. So let's say third level or fourth level, and we are going to use Punchy, and we want ChatGPT 5 to use it, and then to create it. what we do is basically we are going to drag that down and change one variable if we want. We can also just try to create that, but we can also say, okay, now I don't want only this specific messaging framework, but I want to generate bold statements here. And I want the bold statements to be actually standard. So this, at this point, is for you or your team to think of, okay, what are we testing in which order, and to generate one after the other, basically. And then let's put generate, click here, which will trigger the webhook on the backend, which will actually generate the different hooks. And now you can see it's generating. So we can go back in a few minutes and we will have the hooks here. Okay, so there we have it. It took like 1 minute, and at the same time, I was just looking into the other hooks and try to find some interesting just to show you. But those are the ones that have been generated just now. There are some interesting, beautiful, even when applied blind. Shaky hands, steady glows, steady glow. So those are punchy. Standard, no mirror, no problem. Miracle bombs makes mistake impossible and glow inevitable. So that might not be the best ever hooks, the ever written hooks, but they are pretty good. And when you start having a long list, because believe me, you can generate a bunch of them, and you go through them. Now that's the moment where you need someone that knows the product, a human being that is good at understanding how the customer, and that says, okay, this resonates, this not, this resonates, this not, and then you select. It's not AI testing thousands and thousands of ads without control. It's like it generates something, and then you can select. You can even change it if you want. But then before generating the ads, you are going to have a human looking into it. But okay, let's say now we want to create those ones. So I am just creating generate. And here I am going to check the templates that I've created. And those templates, I've created them within this tool, templated, which basically is a tool that you can access through an API, a little bit complicated, but you probably know what it is, that allows to take an image and to generate. Let me show you. So I took a picture from Johnsford Beauty. Here I hide the existing hook. And here instead, I put a text. And this text is just a sample here, but it will be replaced by every hook that I'm using here. So we will have the same picture, but then it will be replaced by that. So if I look at here, uh, it also handle the size of the font depending on the size of the actual hook. It's auto fit here, and it will fill the height, uh, which will be important for us because this one, for example, is long, but we are going to have like shorter hooks. And this is what works in the backend that we can get here. We create the templates and we decide to use one or another template. But basically, you can have a creative team, or you can go ahead and create a bunch of different templates of ads that you know will work and apply the hooks that you generate on those templates. So now let's just create them. So we have a long one and two short ones. Let's go. And we move on to ad creation. Here they are. And as you can see here, shaking hand, and it looks fresh, not fake. And it creates, so why it creates 6 while I had 3 hooks I want to create, simply because I activated 2 templates. So for each hook, it will create 2 variations. Let me show you a longer one here, for example. No mirror, no problem. Miracle bombs makes mistake impossible and glow inevitable. Awesome. That's exactly what we want. All right, and now we are in this ad creation part of the system, and we can simply move on and create the ads. So let's say I want to create. First of all, I need to select the ad set I want to put those ads in. So I need to first create the campaign and then create the different ad sets. It's possible to create the ad set automatically, but we ended up realizing that it was a lot better to give the freedom to create the structure of the campaign and only push the ads within the ad set that have been created already. So for the sake of this example, I create ad set 1. So again, there is an automation that basically retrieve the ad set that are existing in a specific campaign, and then I'm creating the ads. So same thing. To create, I click here, triggers a webhook, and it starts creating the ads on the backend. So we can see, so there are a lot of waiting time here. So I'm going to pause, but because if you create too many ads at the same time, then Facebook at some point says, hey, it's enough. So as you can see, it works slowly, but you can just put 100 ads and then it will create them one by one. And then you can go ahead later and check them out. So if I go here, so this is an old ad account that I was using. Let me just find them. Programmatic testing ad set 1. And here we have our ads. Shaky hand, steady glow is the picture we wanted. And you can obviously use the format that you want and so on and so forth. So it's for you to decide which campaign you use, what are the structures of your ad set, and what ad you want to push in each ad set. Okay, so there we go. We have ads running at this point. So imagine you have 100 ads. Facebook decides which ones are the good ones, the ones that resonate with the customer. You find 1 or 2 winners, and then you come back here and you say, okay, those ones are my winners. So what's the next step? Again, I mentioned it earlier, but you can iterate. So if you know that this ad was a winner, then you know that this angle pushing this USP, it works. So why don't you just create new iteration of this? You can use new images with the same hooks. You can use different ways to talk about this specific marketing angle, but you can basically iterate again and again to push the same thing. That is only if you use static ads. But what if you want to do more about that? Then this is the next step. This is a system that is going to create a mini VSL or a text-based ad, like something longer that is written specifically based on the hook that was performing. So, but basically, we are using different parameters from the ones that we have used for the hooks, but some are the same. You still have the USP that you want to use. You still have the marketing angle. It was this one, the original hook. So let's say that was my hook that was performing. Then I will take an ad as an inspiration. So here's a bunch of ads that are known for performing. So let's say I take this one and I want to select a psychological trigger. Let's say challenge the beliefs. And I want to create a specific emotion into my ads. I want to use design and inspiration, and I want a brand spokesperson that is the narrator. I want an ad that is like 4 minutes long, and I want the copywriter David Ogilvy to write it. Obviously, it's just to give some clue to the AI, and I want to talk to people that are program aware on a 4th level sophistication market. And I want ChatGPT 5 to create it. So I'm generating it and you will see the result right away. Up, it's generating. Done. It took only a few seconds. So you have the hook, the lead, the body, and the CTA. But to visualize it a little bit better and to modify, then you can use that. It's a Google Doc. And this is basically your hook. It always makes it in a way that's possible to speak it. So basically, you can use this script to create a voiceover with B-roll ad. So no mirror, no problem. Miracle Balm makes mistake impossible and glow inevitable. Imagine never again worrying for your blush when went on too strong, never panicking under the harsh office light. That you can read it yourself. It's an ad that is Again, it can be modified, but this is a very good start that uses all the parameters that you want, and you have a script you can run with. What do you do with the script? That's a good question. And as I said, it's still in the building. I'm still thinking of how we can automatically create um, the ad with the B-rolls that are available, all the videos that the brand have. Not there yet. So far, the best way I found is to use Icon, this specific product within Icon. I'll put the link in the description, but basically it allows to import all your B-rolls and just start with a script. So you just take your script that was written for you, put it into this tool, and then it will segment it in different pieces, different sentences, and for each of them, it will find the B-roll that you already have that fits the best to the specific piece of the script. So you can have a very fast process. It's not completely automated yet, but you can generate scripts at scale, quote unquote, based on specific parameters you want to test. Take those scripts, put them into Icon, and have someone that is just attributing the right B-roll, creating a voiceover with AI, and then right into the ad account and test. You can generate like 20 good ads per day uh, minimum with a small team using this method. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it kind of reframed the way you think of ads, and now you don't see that as a creative guesswork that is completely chaotic, but instead you see it as, okay, we actually can make a system out of it. We actually can use different parameters that we can test in a structured way. So we will logically find the right combination that works with our customers, because that is the message I really wanted you to get in this video. That being said, I will put in the description. So first of all, I talked briefly about how to go with the gold nuggets, and if this video that you just watched kind of feel overwhelming, you would like to create that, but not at this level, then I will put in the description a video that, as I said, will walk you through a similar system. But if you start from scratch, like if you don't have any real knowledge in marketing, then it will just help you to go from like nothing to very good copywriting and marketing all at once, only using simple LLM, no automation, no Google spreadsheet, just simple prompts, simple framework that you follow, and for it works for every type of product business, even service business. So the link in the description. I will also put the link of templated and icon in the descriptions. In the description, those are affiliate link. So if you decide to use them, it would be really nice if you could use my affiliate link. That's all for this video. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.